The Alternative Experience.
The Alternative Experience.
The Alternative Experience.
Hey guys, Alternative Experience, Nikki here. Thanks for tuning in. So today I want to talk to you about cold water therapy. Yet another fad, or a true health habit. Okay, cold showers and cold water therapy obviously seems to be everywhere you look these days. You know, when scrolling online, there's not a minute that goes past without at least one advert popping up to try and sell you an inflatable cold plunge or another. Like with any new boom industry, many people are obviously jumping on that bandwagon to make a quick buck. So naturally, the facts about this ancient protocol can seem often fuzzy. So are there any real benefits, or is cold water therapy just another fad that'll be here today and gone tomorrow? Well, the answer is the benefits are very real. While it may seem like a new craze, in reality, it's been practiced by many cultures dating back as far as the Roman Empire. Cold water therapy is one of the many simple protocols that I actually introduce to my clients for my coaching program, the reason for which are multifaceted. So today I thought I'd put a podcast episode together in an attempt to kind of demystify this intriguing practice and provide the known facts. So while much of what you see online, especially on adverts selling products, is anecdotal, there is actually a large body of research into the effects of cold water therapy, as well as a number of population-based controlled studies due to regions such as Scandinavia, who obviously practice both hot and cold therapy as part of their everyday culture. But let's start with the documented research, so I can keep the attention of those of you that are of a more skeptical nature. So researchers have discovered a fascinating connection between cold showers and the body's response. Prolonged cold water therapy in the guise of a simple daily cold shower has been found to enhance immune response, improve your circulation, improve sleep, reduce inflammation, and boost fat metabolism. Now, one huge advocate for cold water therapy is the great and powerful Wim Hof, and studies into the Wim Hof method found that his method of incorporating breath, meditation, and that cold exposure gave him actually the ability to suppress his innate immune response. Other observable benefits included smooth, balanced energy levels and a reduction in brain fog and lethargy. I said fog again. Why am I saying fog? Anyway. So let's break down the known benefits in a bit more detail with some examples. So the potential fat burning. Now, studies have shown that cold showers may have the ability to burn calories. Now, it achieves this by activating our brown fat stores. Now, these stores generate heat, which is known to help with weight management, and the more often these stores can be activated, the greater the potential for that weight loss, because we're going to burn more of that brown fat. Enhanced immune response. So cold showers have been shown to enhance your immune system due to an increase in white blood cells and other protective substances within the body. Increased resilience. Cold water is a stressor. You know, our bodies are hardwired to tense up and resist things that we know are going to be uncomfortable. So simply by entering the cold takes a lot of mental strength, but repeated practice has been shown to build both mental and physical resilience. Now, repeated practice will also subconsciously help you to face other challenges in life head on. It becomes a habit just to take action. Now, reduction in inflammation. Cold water therapy has been shown to trigger our body's natural anti-inflammatory response, which in theory may reduce swelling and pain in some conditions. I say theory, it's pretty obvious that it will, but we can't say it because obviously cold water therapy doesn't need a pill or a prescription. While the anecdotal evidence seems extremely positive, more research is needed in this area. Sorry, it frustrates me that I have to say that about things I know that there's lots of research on, but I digress. Personally, I began practicing cold water therapy by complete accident. I'm someone that naturally runs very hot. Even when I lived in the UK, I wore shorts around the house during the winter. It's always been the case, and as such, I would often take cold showers in an attempt to cool off. So when it started to become a thing online, I was like, yeah, I've got a head start. But since I have practiced cold water therapy on a daily basis, I take cold showers every day throughout the spring, summer and autumn months. Then in the winter, I reduce it to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is actually more than enough time to get the body temperature down and to raise the levels of that cortisol and serotonin flowing through the body. Then I'll spend the next hour or so trying to get it back up again, which is actually part of it, in fairness. It's the recovery as well. What benefits have I personally experienced? Well, I believe that life begins at the end of your comfort zone, but it dies at the feet of procrastination. And no matter how long I've practiced cold water therapy for, it still takes me well and truly out of my comfort zone. And I still have to rip that plaster off every single day. It never gets easier to do that initial step into cold water, especially in the winter months when the water is ice cold. Now, this repetitive challenge accepted, challenge conquered kind of mentality really has spilled over into every area of my life, and I just get things done. So gone are the days of staring at my gym bag and then convincing myself, oh, it's too late in the day to work out. Gone is the snooze button. It's not even available on my phone anymore. I've switched the snooze off. Most importantly, gone is the continuous procrastination around sort of decisions of any kind. Whereas before, my life was full of hesitation, overthinking, and at times it resulted in underachievement. I now find that I'm far more proactive. Like I say, I take that action a lot quicker. Another clear improvement has been my resilience. Gone are all the signs of victim mentality, you know, just my luck, all that kind of crap. Whereas before I would often procrastinate to the point of failure, then blame everything else in the universe for my failure. I generally succeed these days, but on the odd occasion that I do fail, I own it. You know, I'm far more resilient to my occasional failings, and I've built up an ability to roll with the punches and admit when I'm wrong. Cold water therapy can be looked upon as though it were a metaphor for how you can confront fears, you know, discomfort, and of course escape the confines of that bloody comfort zone, the worst place you can be. Think of all those experiences and instances that make you shrink just before your big moment, whether it be public speaking, an important but difficult conversation with a loved one, a difficult conversation with your boss. You know, think back to being a kid and approaching that enormous water slide and then suddenly thinking twice and going back down the steps. Either you can push through and have that conversation, ride that slide, or you procrastinate, fail, and live a life of failure in line with that mentality. You're kind of stuck deep in that comfort zone. It's a hard place to escape from. It may be safe and it might be comfortable, but you'll never truly grow or truly experience anything. So if you want a real example of the point I'm trying to make or the feeling I'm trying to convey, go now to your bathroom, stand in front of your shower, get undressed, put it onto the coldest setting that you can, and as soon as you see what's coming, you will feel the resistance automatically begin to consume you. It's an innate response. You're going to tense up. You're going to feel a little bit agitated. Your chest is going to tighten. Your breath's going to become fast and shallow, you know, in those shoulders, that fight or flight mode, and it's no doubt going to take over. And you'll start to feel anxious about something that has yet to even happen. So let's just take a moment for some context. That cold water will not kill you. You may feel uncomfortable. You may even shout and squirm as the cold envelops your body, but the discomfort really only does last a few seconds as your body does very quickly adjust. And while the initial entry each day will still be met with that mental resistance, you will quickly become comfortable with the cold, and you'll begin to sort of do it without any resistance at all, without even second guessing it. It's kind of similar to entering the sea or a cold swimming pool. You know, it may feel cold initially, but as your body temperature adjusts, the shock subsides, and over time you'll even start thinking of ways to get the temperature of the water even lower. It doesn't take long, by the way. So why not try it for 30 days? You know, cold plunge challenge really does noticeably improve many aspects of your life, and you'll probably find that you continue with the practice after that 30-day challenge is completed. So, but what can you expect from a 30-day challenge? Okay, let me give you some heads up. So you're going to feel physical discomfort. It's going to lead you to a stronger, more resilient mindset. It's going to help you to overcome personal barriers such as procrastination, limiting beliefs, and these beliefs just compound the more proactive you become. On a more philosophical sense, confronting discomfort is a very useful way at helping you to attain more perspective, especially when it comes to challenges or uncomfortable scenarios. So it's going to help you to understand that often the worst case scenario that we assume in our everyday lives is rarely as terrifying as it may seem, because we build a lot of it up in our minds, 95% of which never even happens. And it's an enormous waste of energy and resources, and only feeds into those limiting beliefs and behaviors even more. So they're quite kind of self-perpetuating problems. Cold exposure simply helps you to push those boundaries, increase your tolerance, and unlock a newfound sense of mental, emotional, and physical resilience. One final point I would like to make: cocaine is an illegal substance that releases serotonin into the system. But this serotonin begins to wane after around 20 minutes. Jumping into cold water has exactly the same effect on your body. However, that state of euphoria will last for up to 4 hours. Obviously, it's legal. And while its effects may be just as addictive, the side effects are all positive. In fact, cold water therapy is currently being researched as an effective tool in the fight against addiction, with extremely promising early results. So the next time you're due to go out for a night on the tiles, leave your shower as late as you possibly can, set the temperature to its lowest setting, and enjoy the natural legal high that it brings you. Surely it's better to get that natural high than it is to twitch in the corner of the bar and slope off every 20 minutes to top up your buzz. But what are your thoughts? Have you tried cold water therapy yourself? What was your experience? Did you notice any changes in your mindset, your productivity? Really would love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Until the next show, guys, thank you for tuning in. Adios. The Alternative Experience.
The Alternative Experience.
The Alternative Experience.